just leave.
Go back in. Oh yeah.
That thing's getting so close to us.
Oh.
Curious to know how it flies with more weight. It seems like it's struggling.
Got plenty of lift now.
Okay, that one. Okay, try to get back.
Get back. Come on.
What happened there? So after this first flight, it felt similar to the foamy. It's not that much heavier, actually. It's just a little cleaner with that laminating film, but it actually tucked at the end of that flight, and I couldn't recover it, and we had, it ended up landing down there in the back of the hill. But that tuck was something that I'll share later that ends up being like a topic of discussion at the end of the day when we're trying to figure out where we're at with this model. Yeah.
That thing's getting so close to us.
Yeah, it needs some more weight in it. I don't know. I feel like I'm curious to know how it flies with more weight. It seems like it's struggling. Well, not at the moment it isn't, but
We got plenty of lift now.
yeah. Okay, that was interesting. Okay, I'm gonna try to get back here.
Get back.
Set it down.
What happened there? I think it's just too light, but it actually tucked. So the wind here was increasing into the 40s, and it was plenty windy enough to fly the carbon one, or just windy enough, I'll say. But I was having so much trouble keeping this plane, in the lift. It just seemed like it wouldn't stay up, and I thought, gosh, can I really fly one that weighs, another 2 pounds? I wasn't so sure, and so continued testing here at this heavier weight. I'm going for it.
All right.
Yeah, it's like it's not creating enough lift, which is like it doesn't feel like I have a lot of elevator when I'm in the turn, and I'm on high rates. It just feels like it's mushing around like the whole time, even on the front. See, that's like yeah, it's just it's not behaving. Oh, I don't know. Dude, it's like, it has no pop. I mean, maybe it's, we always talked about it's gotta have like 80-mile-an-hour winds. Like it may be one of them things where it has to be whaling and you need to dive in going 300, you know what I mean? And just to get it started, I don't know. Oh, shit. It's like right over my head. It's like the groove either has no power, which I find hard to believe right now, or it sums off. I don't know. That nose weight seemed to make it worse though.
Yep.
Like before it was turning, now it's not turning.
So these turns here are so wide and going way around us because I don't have any elevator. And so the first couple passes, I wasn't expecting that, and they went really wide. And so coming up here, I put it way up the ridge a bit before I dove in, and then found out that was a real issue about the elevator.
Yeah, it has zero pop. As if we're like crazy nose heavy. Okay, so I was having trouble with the other plane. I think it's too nose heavy, and it's hard to not consider that the conditions are just really bad. So let's fly this D40 and see if it seems to work right, just so I can rule out the conditions. Turn my hat around here.
So I launched this D40 and it's rocketing on the front side, tons of lift everywhere, and flying like an airplane should. And so I'm really scratching my head at this point after finding out just how good the front side lift was, because I could barely keep the other plane up. I couldn't keep the V up there, and it's not even that heavy. So I was a bit concerned about flying the carbon one at this point, because I just thought it wouldn't work. This D40 that I have, it was a reject. It was an airplane that I many years ago received from the builders. It was like something was wrong with it. The wing was twisted or something was tweaked on it, and I couldn't sell it, and I had it lying around here. So I put it together, and immediately when I started de-essing it, it was just tons of energy back there, and any pull of the elevator, and it's like gonna hit 200 range, right? And every time I'd start pulling on the elevator, it would be pulling to the left, like it would roll to the left. And so I couldn't really, get on it, because it needed to be, trimmed or just scrapped, and I needed a fresh, clean, straight airplane. But anyhow, at one point I was doing these circles. We had our kids there, and I lost like a visual on it just for a split second. And when I did that, I knew which way it was going. It was like on knife edge, kind of coming up the hill at us. And when I couldn't see it, I just pulled elevator to point it, you know, away from us, and it ended up flicking. And so I lost that airplane, but it's honestly not a big deal. That's the first time I've had that particular D40 up to that speed, and it wasn't flying good at all. And I know why. It's just because it was not a clean airplane. So no big loss there. It's kind of worthless for de-essing at least. So, but the conditions were epic. I'm gonna build out a D60 and a D80, I think. So when I start going up there, I can fly those and, you know, get some good laps in, and at least share with you guys like some video of that.
Is that it making the noise?
Yeah, that's it. James, hurry up. Oh, good.
See that bird after it?
Yeah, see the bird up there.
How fast is this?
That's pushing.
Whoa! Oh!
I see it. Oh,
Oh! Almost. I flicked it.
you're right. It was a little bit farther.
Well, James was kind enough to go get the D40 after it went in, and it looked like it just hit the nose straight in, which is what I was aiming for. Anyway,
Had it all planned
it did not hit the wing. It didn't really hit the wing at all, and the tail just popped off from
that was perfect.
the energy, and this fuse split, which I have another fuse, but it wasn't flying all that well. It was kept pulling to the left, but anyhow, I have another fuse, but I lost sight of it, and I didn't want to hit us, so I gave it the full crank.
Yep, so I saw it. Just went.
I never flicked one of these though. Well, I guess on the front side, right?
It was weird how it flicked.
Like on purpose, like on a punch out. But I didn't, when I gave it that pull, I don't believe I gave it any aileron. It was just a full elevator pull to point it over there.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Go up.
But it was right in the shear too, if you think about where it was at.
Oh, it was right there, man.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Look at that. Still does not seem like it wants to penetrate, no matter what.
That's it, man.
Whoa. That is just strange. What in the heck just happened? That's full right. Oh, I have low rate aileron. Okay. It wouldn't even go down.
Saw that.
That's full down elevator.
That's weird.
Wow, that's full down elevator.
I know I got a little excited there, but my mind is blown at this point. And, you know, I'm just kind of really just thinking this thing's not going to work. It doesn't fly. So I'm bringing it in for what I'm considering the last flight of this plane. I just felt like there's nothing else I could do. I thought we were going to have to, you know, rework this thing, redesign it, try to keep the same plan for them, but just change the shape a bit. And so, you know, left the hill just kind of bummed, you know, thinking that, you know, it's like start over again. Totally ready and willing to do that, but, you know, just it may take a little time for me to get a model. So I made a phone call later that evening yesterday, and what I was told was that that tuck, the moment it tucked, and this was nose heavy condition, is potentially that the airfoils actually started to work at that moment. And then it started responding like it should with the CG where it is, because the CG theoretically is still way back there, right? Close to where we started. And the reason that it's not flying at all and mushing around is possibly because the flow is detaching from the surface. None of the airfoils are working, and I need to put the vortex generators on the tips and run some zigzag tape on it to try to keep the airflow all working. And I'm going to put a link up to a video I watched on vortex generators. It's a really informative video. It shows a guy flying an experimental aircraft, and the stall speed's like around 60 knots, I think it was. And over they repeated this, you know, condition, and then put some VGs out on the wingtip, and you could see like a dramatic difference on how the airflow stays attached. So that may help some people kind of see that, oh, okay, there is a possibility that, you know, that thing will fly at lower speeds. We may have to sort it out. And then the other thing is, you know, right now, and I didn't fly the carbon one because I was concerned about being able to keep it in the air. But I may have been able to, and had I been able to, I could throw it out, fly it, and land it. I feel pretty confident in that. And maybe because it's heavy enough, if I do put it into a really long dive, you know, thinking that, you know, if I get enough altitude to do that, maybe once it's going 150 miles an hour or something like that, then everything's happy and it's all working, and then I'm off and running. So it's, you know, I thought I was finished, but I'm not finished. I got to go back out there with some of these tools on the wings and see what it does from there before, you know, we can write it off as, you know, not flying. Do a search for this channel on YouTube and check out some of their videos on the vortex generators, and it's pretty interesting to watch if you're into that sort of thing. I'll go ahead and throw some VGs on this plane, some zigzag tape. I'll get back out there in a day or two and get some more videos of that, and give you guys an update soon. Thanks for watching. See you next time.